Welcome back to my channel. I'm willing to bet that millions of people would throw their devices away the moment the power plug gets damaged like this. But if you've ever faced a situation like this yourself, don't skip this video. You might regret it later. First things first, I'm going to mark around this damaged area right here. By the way, where are you watching this video from? Have you found subtitles in your language yet? If not, just head over to Settings, select Subtitles, and choose the language that works best for you. Now let's move on. I'll use a knife to carefully strip away the outer rubber layer to expose the inner wires. The cable is quite thick, so I have to remove it piece by piece. For this part, it's best to use both a knife and a pair of pliers for better control. Since the outer rubber casing is quite thick, this part might be a bit tricky. Make sure to hold your knife firmly and work very carefully to avoid any injuries, okay? We're going to cut small sections bit by bit using the knife, and then use the pliers to peel off the rubber as we go. Just keep repeating this process. Cut a little, peel a little, until the entire outer casing is removed. Let's peel off these final pieces of rubber. There we go. These are the two inner wires we need from the plug. Now, let's move on to the next step. With the plug taken care of, it's time to work on the other side of the cable. I'm going to slice the rubber insulation down the middle to separate the two wires inside. Next, I'll clamp one side with pliers and just rip it apart. Around 5 centimeters should do. That was quick. I've now got both small wires ready, so let's keep moving forward. Back to the plug now. I'm going to trim the blue wire a little shorter, but I'll leave the brown wire as it is. Once that's done, I'll strip a short piece of insulation off the tip of each wire to expose the copper underneath. Same thing on the cable side. I'll strip off a small portion from the end of both wires too. I've also got a small rubber tube prepared here. I'll cut it into 2 equal pieces and slide one over each wire. Now it's time to secure the plug. I'll hold it in place with pliers and solder the copper wires right into the terminals. Have you ever soldered tiny parts like these? It takes quite a bit of patience and precision, doesn't it? Once the soldering is done on the plug, I'll move back to this black wire, and the process is pretty much the same as before. After soldering both ends, I'll slide the rubber tubes into place over the joints. Now it's time to join everything together. Make sure to match blue to blue and brown to brown. Color matching is important here. Just align the wires closely and let the solder melt and bond them. The melted solder holds it all tightly together. And because solder melts and cools quickly, this step is done in no time. Now I'll slide the rubber tubing back over the solder joints to cover the exposed copper. Then I'll use a lighter to heat the tubing. The heat will shrink it and make it wrap tightly around the wires for a perfect insulation. Just like that, we've now got a brand new protective rubber sleeve. Super simple, right? But I'll admit, it's still not the prettiest thing to look at. So let's clean it up a bit with some extra outer wrapping. I'll start by wrapping some thread tightly around the wire. After a few minutes of wrapping, it looks neat and tidy. I'll apply some glue on top of the thread to lock everything in place. Don't be stingy with the glue. A good amount helps it hold better. Once that dries, I'll wrap one final outer layer of electrical tape. And that's it. Job done. Simple, quick, and way more effective than you'd expect, right? Can you guess what this plug belongs to? It's actually the plug for my hot glue gun. Now that we repaired it, let's plug it in and test if it works. Look at that! The indicator light is on. Now, let's wait a few seconds for the hot glue gun to heat up. Once it's ready, I'll test it out by gluing these two pieces of wood together. The glue is coming out pretty evenly, wouldn't you say? That's a good sign. It means the hot glue gun is working perfectly. So there we have it. We've successfully brought a broken plug back to life, making it work just like new. Fast, easy, and super practical, wouldn't you agree? Go ahead and give it a try. And don't forget to share your results with us. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you won't miss out on more handy repair hacks like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.